No, I think
it's people helping people.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Oh, shit. We're live, America. Welcome to the Eric and Rodney Show with Robin, presented by Offensively Creative and Dinsmore Steel. You're never going to believe this. I say it every day. I'm America's sweetheart, Eric Ryan. I own Offensively Creative. That is Rod, the PEO god. You know, you know what he owns? Dinsmore Steel. You know who this is? I'm going to tell you. It's the thriller in and from Manila. Well, not really from Manila. Semantics, Robin Valdez, and the owner of Knowledge Media. Yeah, Paul Guenther. Welcome,
what's up, guys.
Welcome, gang. Welcome,
Wednesday
Paul.
Guest. What's that? Sorry, Rodney.
No, I said welcome, Paul.
Welcome, Paul. Welcome
Thank
back,
you, guys.
Paul.
Always a pleasure. Always
what is this?
pleasure.
Your fourth? Is this your fourth or fifth show? Do we know?
I think this is my fourth appearance.
Wow,
my fourth
You
appearance
just
on the
keep
show,
looking better.
man.
Your hair
I'm
keeps
loving
looking better.
Yeah.
Oh man, the hair is always a process, man. But it was actually picture day for my son today, so I had to focus on his hair before taking him to the bus.
Oh,
remember when you were a kid and they used to give you those little black combs, like on picture day?
Yep.
They don't do that anymore, right? I found out last year.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
so you know what I did? I did a nice thing. I bought a pack of colored combs, all these different colors, brought them to the bus stop, gave every kid a comb. How about that? Oh man, I'm like the Santa Claus of picture day. You know?
You should have gave them those razor blade combs. Right?
No, but I was thinking about it. I'm like, are some parents going to be pissed off because they like already brushed their kids' hair? I was like, that's possible. But some kids don't want combs. Why not?
I like
you say if you don't need to use it, give it to your dad.
Give it to your daddy. That's right.
He needs it.
You brush your kid's hair before yours, like on a plane. How they say, oh no, that's the opposite. Where they say you have to put the mask on you before the kid. But if he's
Right.
if it's picture day, there first because you're an altruist and a good father to your sons, to the community.
Even the guy who came up with that plane thing, like I feel like at some point that's gonna change too. They're gonna be like, actually, save your kids first. Like you're a goddamn adult. Like you can put them on your kids and then put them on yourself, unless you're a complete idiot.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I think if the masks come down, we're all gonna die. Like fuck the.
You know, that's a good point. Yes.
Yeah. It's too late. It's too far gone. All right,
That's
we have
a good point
today, but I do want to celebrate what today is because, well, this isn't a very good one either. But it does. I think this one's for Robin a little bit. It's Robin adjacent that way. Yeah, baby. Today's National Fried Rice Day. I know you love some fried rice. That's not racist,
That's
right?
pretty racist.
Why is there?
I actually prefer bread.
What?
Bread?
I actually prefer bread.
He's never told us that. No.
You prefer bread over fried rice?
I do.
Oh.
But, okay,
are they comparable things?
Yeah. Why would you compare bread and fried? Are you making fried rice sandwiches or a bread sandwich? What am I going to have peanut butter and jelly on? I don't know.
Rice?
No, man.
Rice.
It's just because it's like in the Philippines, it's either you eat rice or you eat bread. You can't have both because it's just weird.
What if there's rice bread?
Have you ever? Have you considered that? Have you ever had a rice cake? That's bready.
Those are good. Yeah, those are good. You know, I'll tell you a quick story. So there's a place on Long Island. I'm not going to name any names. A sushi joint that I had eaten at, not recently, but years ago. That recently almost took out 28 people. And they said, you know what? You would think it was a sushi place. You would say it was the meat. Yeah. It was the fish. It was not. It was the rice.
The rice. Oh shit.
Yeah, the rice.
I love fried rice. I enjoy Asian food. I think Thai food might be the best food on the planet. And here's my thing about Thai fried rice. As good as it is here in the United States, it's like Korean food, right? Korean food here is great, but Korean food in Korea is unfucking believable. I've never been to Thailand. I would imagine if I love Thai rice here in the United States, in Thailand, it must be amazing. Served by a ladyboy. Can you imagine? Robin, tell me how good it is. Paint the picture.
It's working. Wait, so you're having carbohydrates and it's fried in fats. So I mean, you could just imagine what that tastes like. It's not.
Oh my god. Yes.
Pretty good.
It's not bread, but it's up there.
You know, here's an idea. Eric. We start a fried rice restaurant, and you tell us what you want in your fried rice, and that's it. You want anything else? Get out of here.
Like the Chipotle and fried rice.
That's right. Yeah, we got chicken fried rice, beef fried rice,
shrimp
fried rice.
Yep.
All kinds of stuff.
I think we should take a moment to honor Mitch Hedberg on National Fried Rice Day. As Mitch Hedberg once said, great comedian, by the way.
I had a cat named Mitch after Mitch Hedberg. Yes.
So you know him, man.
I know.
Rice. He said, rice is great when I am hungry and want 1,000 of something. So that rice is a really good good thing. I love fried rice.
The only thing
I actually
you
love
can
that. I love all Asian food. And drunken noodle, man.
Oh shit! Drunken noodles are ungoddamn.
Drunken noodle.
Unbelievable.
And I love the
They are
fact that it's
something
called
else.
drunken too. I love that because I'm always hungover or maybe drunk when I'm eating it.
I'm either hungover or
It's just
drunk.
great.
That's the cycle of life. And thank Christ somebody had the foresight to make a meal for it. Certainly not us. Robin, bread over fried rice, man. Bread's just
I
bread.
know. I'm ashamed to the Asian community. I am.
Well, I'm not going to turn you in, but don't say it too loud.
I'm still intrigued, Rodney. That restaurant, how did they manage to fuck up rice?
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, they left it out. I don't know. But then I was talking to another nice gentleman yesterday after I beat him half to death in pickleball. And he was telling me that he had some rice that he had left out, some fried rice, 2 days. I don't think it was 2 days earlier because I thought he was trying to come up with an excuse for the terrible play. But he said it had happened to him years ago. He had gotten sick off the rice. I got to be honest with you. When I was in college, I left all kinds of stuff outside on the table, and I just would walk in and eat it. I ate an entire half of a Crave case one time that was a day old.
And you lived.
Iron stomach.
Interesting.
Well, I have never been the same. But I lived. Yes, I'm still here.
Made it, man.
Nice. All right, we can move on from rice. I did want to bring up one other thing because I am, one of the co-hosts of the show. Not only is September 20th National Fried Rice Day, but it's my son's 7th birthday. There he is.
What a cutie.
He's very excited that I have a show, so he'll be very excited that he made it. So happy
Is he
birthday,
in school
buddy.
now?
Happy birthday.
He's in school right now.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, buddy. Hey, 6 years old.
He's 7 years old today.
7 years old. Hold on to them. Hold on. They go quick.
Isn't it so cute?
In another 20 years, you'll find yourself on a LinkedIn Live if it's still around, doing a show.
So he's second grade. Second grade.
First grade.
First grade. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
When all you wanted to be was a professional baseball player and a firefighter.
Yeah, but you ended up on LinkedIn Live. Listen, it doesn't always work out, Roman. It doesn't always work out. But keep swinging, little boy. Keep swinging. All right, what do we got in the news? Speaking of shit that hasn't worked out, we got a lot of stuff here today.
Well, to start, I always think that Elon Musk will go down as like a man that was before our time, especially with his latest stunt, which none of us were really ready for. So he wants all 550 million Twitter users to start paying a monthly fee. We don't really know how much that's going to be yet, but people are, of course, going insane over it. So he's saying it's the solution to removing bots from Twitter. But I mean, won't the people just running the bots buy these subscriptions anyways?
No.
Yeah, something tells me that hackers have a little bit of money, do they not? You don't think they're going to buy one?
Well, here's why I don't think they would. Is I'm verified on Twitter, right? I'm a big shot if you didn't know it. But I'm verified on Twitter. And I got to be honest with you, it was a huge pain in the ass. Here's the other thing I say too, right? Is you have to send them things like to prove who you are. So if you're like a trolling bot, it's not going to be easy.
And you need a dedicated phone line, a dedicated cell phone line for every account. So you'd have to get a new cell phone account.
And it can't be a Google Voice. Can't be Google Voice.
Yeah, you can buy burners, but
Couldn't you do the thing that every other website does? It like asks if you're a human and you check a box, or it goes, how many scooters are in this picture? And you have to like, aren't there bot?
I think the problem is a human can log in and then just let a bot go at it.
Can I tell you what I think the problem is?
Yeah.
Can I just weigh in here?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's looked at this. I think Elon likes money, and I think he's just charging for it. Now you can say, how do I think he likes money?
Money grab.
I think he's. I don't know. I just a couple of things I could see make me think that he really likes money.
Yeah. It's almost as if you apply logic here. He's lost a lot of ad revenue because he's starting to appeal to Nazis and racists. But he has 550 active users. Let's say he charges $8 a month. That's what they're speculating. Of the 550, if just a fifth stick around, that's hundreds of millions of dollars a month. I think that's going to make up for the ad revenue. What do you think?
That's right.
That's a lot of Nazis and racists.
I thought he was nuts, man. I thought he was nuts when he changed the name to X. I still kind of think it's nuts because it was a brand. It was like Google or Uber. You know, it was a word that you just tweet, right?
Yeah.
But he's always right. It turns out he's just always right about business decisions. Like I don't think he's ever been wrong. And so this is gonna work. I guarantee it's gonna work. I mean, I always question what he does, and it just always works. And he's probably gonna make more money than they ever had at Twitter. But yeah, it's a move.
Jack Dorsey supposedly is working on another Twitter.
A free Twitter? I would say a free Twitter might be better than a. You should call it Twitter. The name's available now.
Or what about retwitter? That wouldn't be bad.
A
retwitter.
So this came out because he had a meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu, and it was supposed to be about like stuff that wasn't anti-Semitism, but it quickly devolved into an anti-Semitism discussion because Elon Musk believes in free speech. And then what do you have on Twitter when you believe in free speech? A bunch of hate shit Nazis. So I don't know. I'm sick of Elon Musk. I wish he would just go away forever. I'm tired of talking about it. Oh, yeah, you like it?
And then send him to Mars.
It's not that bad.
All right. Well,
yeah, I think everybody liked him for so long, and then he made like a couple comments, and I feel like everyone just hates him now. Like it was like he was like America's darling, not America's sweetheart. That's Eric Ryan, but
that's
America's
right.
darling.
That's Eric,
yeah. He created electric cars out of thin air. Like I remember going to this Tesla convention in 2011. My buddy bought a Model S back then, right? I got that thing. It was like the future. I mean, it's just insane how fast this thing goes, no sound.
I thought
he's done a lot of he's probably going to go down as the greatest person of our time, I would think. I mean, whether you like him or not. He's done so much to change the world.
You think bigger than Charlie Sheen? You think he's done more for the planet than Charlie Sheen?
Maybe not. Maybe not Charlie Sheen. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I think it goes Sheen, Musk.
I think that's interesting about Elon, though, I'll say, is that like you always find these people and they'll be like, well, he's good at this or he's good at that. He appears to be good at almost everything, right? Yeah. Like he's building the Boring Company. He's took on the car company. He's putting up rockets. Like,
yeah,
most people are not capable of doing that. I just, that's wild.
Yeah, he's like, now that I've made electric cars possible, I'm going to create rockets that land themselves. And you're like, that's insane. And he's like, electric cars were insane, and I did it in like 2 years.
Yeah.
And here's
Do you think though, like Bill Burr's thing on Steve Jobs, like Steve Jobs didn't fucking like drill the holes and solder an iPhone. He just came up with a general idea and people executed on it. Is Elon Musk building electric cars? Is he on the rockets, or is just like, make a rocket go to space? I have a bunch of money. They go, okay, we'll figure it out.
Oh, he's hiring the best talent you can hire. I mean, there's no doubt about that. But he does have the ideas and he has the directives. And if you're not motivating people the right way, I mean, you're not going to get the results you want.
If you're not first, you're last.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we went from someone who's definitely like
unless you're BlackBerry, but
yeah. So Musk is getting shit done. Let's go to somebody who's never gotten anything done. And because he has,
is this the president's?
I'd love to.
It's
close enough.
Worse. It's somehow worse. Go ahead. What's next, Rob?
So I think Prince William talking and signing deals for climate change makes as much sense as like us giving our opinions about the news. But hey, to be fair, so like this guy was born into the wealthiest monarchy in the world, and decided to be a founder of a global company to address climate change. It's not that bad.
No, he's doing good work, but can we please acknowledge that there's an entire country full of grown humans that still believes in kings and queens and
that's
fucking
ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. It blows my mind.
So they go, William, the Prince of Wales, is meeting with heads of state. He's meeting with presidents. He's meeting with prime ministers. And oh, by the way, he's from a country that has an actual prime minister. You know what? Like this, he has a total.
I've never seen that guy before. Yes,
that guy's like a billionaire. His wife's like a billionaire. Like this guy here, the guy that runs the UK, whatever. He's loaded.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good, and he has an actual title. Like he can get shit done. This guy, like, we're just going to still pretend, like, we're going to pretend he's a prince. In the year 2023,
it's ridiculous.
I have
you know what Prince of Wales? You know what it means?
No.
This is back at Edward I, the guy from Braveheart, like the mean king. Dude, he went and slaughtered the Welsh, took their castle, and he was like, my son Edward II is going to stay here in Wales until he becomes of age and becomes king. So now every prince or princess, whoever's going to take over next, is the prince or princess of Wales next in line.
So he's from that proud heritage of raping and pillaging. And
exactly.
I have a question that I'm just curious on. Is that, and this is what really I know his brother, the other one, Henry or Harry or whatever his name is. I know he was doing some work with depression.
Oh, yeah.
And I know he's doing some climate change. Do either of these have any sense? Like, what does he know about climate? Is he a scientist?
That's a great question because
they're idiots.
Right. Just like the comment section of the Fox, this is a Fox News story, and I would invite anyone to go read the comment section. All of a sudden, these people who have never read a book are climate change experts. They're virology experts because they hate immunity. I just don't understand But why is he talking to experts on this subject? He's not an expert on this subject at all. What I will say though, he is using his foundation for good. So he has this thing, Robin, what's it called? His
global something.
He gives out $1 million to 5 people who are advancing environmentalism in some way. So he is trying.
5 million.
Well, he gives $1 million.
You can just throw money at it. I think that
I mean, these guys are worth $100 billion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At this point, he ought to figure it out. You know what? Here's what I want to hear. I want to hear somebody come to us and say, you know what? I have so much money. I have figured out the water situation in Detroit, Michigan, whatever it is. These guys, I'm not arguing with you, but these guys are always like, I'm doing this for climate. You've done nothing.
Right.
No.
It's getting worse.
And I mean, at the end of the day, if everybody really wanted to just end it right now, like end all the carbon problems, or at least decrease it, it's just nuclear energy. It's so simple. It is that simple. There's no emissions. There's steam.
That's we're going to call you. We're going to call you. If we just call you Prince Paul of Pennsylvania,
I'm telling you, I can solve the whole problem. The whole problem.
We can get you into these summits. You can sit down with Prince William. You guys could hash.
People are just so scared of nuclear stuff. They're so scared, and if they weren't, it's a shame.
Don't you ever think to yourself, like, I just would think to myself, if somebody's like, listen, you know what? We have an expert here talking about climate change. Is he a scientist?
Yeah. And if you're not, maybe you don't talk about climate change. I know that's crazy. I was thinking though, too, if England's allowed to have a prince, shouldn't we? And if we did, I figured it should be this guy. Can't we send him to summits and get
Absolutely.
You don't think Prince could, I mean, I know he's dead, but if he was here, could certainly change, send him over, have a little discussion or two about the environment.
He would.
There's anybody that can figure out the carbon problem.
And he looks progressive. I'll say that. Well, I think he'd be very.
You know what? Come to think of it, he was ahead of his time because he was predicting in his song "Purple Rain" that stuff was changing.
That's
Purple Rain. That don't sound right to me.
He was a prince and a prophet. He had a lot going on. We didn't take advantage when we could have and should have. So.
Another sign, Eric, when doves cry.
Yeah.
Shall I go on?
I'm just like, I'm not xenophobic. But talking about American exceptionalism, which prince would you rather have? That's their prince, and this is our prince.
Yeah,
I'll take our prince, man.
Not too bad.
I'll take our prince.
Purple Rain. He wears crushed velvet. He wears eyeliner. He wears high heels, and he'll still steal your girlfriend. I mean, there's something.
And plays basketball.
And dunks on Charlie Murphy. Oh my God, Prince, national treasure, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be. All right, enough of this. Oh, they were real quick. The Billion Oyster Project. Are you aware of this, Rodney? It's in New York. They're trying to.
I've heard of
reefs, and it's going to clean up the ocean. We're trying. It's not working, I don't think, but we're trying.
Did you hear about the 2 billion oyster project? That's how many I ate this summer.
That's Elon Musk.
That's how many I ate this summer. So you guys better get back to it. Back at it, guys.
I mean, they do a lot of stuff in the ocean. They build all the artificial reefs. I mean, they're having a lot of success with that kind of stuff. I mean, coral will grow on anything, right? So it could be a cement, concrete, and anything porous is good in salt water. You get a lot of
I wonder if it would grow on Andrew Tate.
That's very possible. It's very possible.
All right. What else?
Good old Andrew Haight.
Andrew Haight. Wow.
Okay, so before I get into the Fox News stories, I'm just glad to say that we have our resident Wednesday guests. Otherwise, we'd have to worry about the repercussions of covering these stories.
Right.
So the first one to start is described by millions of Muslims as inciting hatred. I think it might be a bit of an overreaction. So there's this TikToker from Indonesia, just predominantly Muslim, and she utters the Arabic phrase Bismillah, which in Arabic is kind of like saying Amen. And then she proceeds to eat crispy fried pork.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know how serious of a thing this is here, but our friend on her TikTok channel is facing. Well, she's got a $16,000 fine, and how much jail time did you see? It's a lot.
I think it was like at least a decade.
Mm-hmm. So once again, some sort of overreaction from the religious right. That seems bizarre, doesn't it? This is such an isolated incident that you would do something to in an.
And this is in Texas, Florida. Where was this at?
Indonesia, which is right next. It's east of Florida,
east of LA.
Right. Yeah. So our friend here had a little bit of pork, and now she's in jail forever. I don't know. According to the Indonesian government, it was an act of hostility over ethnicity, religion, or race. That can get you a $16,000 fine and about 10 years in jail.
I think they're being lenient, man. In Iran, she'd be decapitated probably by now.
That's
hanging from.
I have a question.
So
how in the world did they find out about it?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
They at the government.
Somebody ratted her out. Somebody watched the old TikTok and brought it to the. So I guess in the comment section, half of them are like, ease up, and the other half are like, kill her. She ate some pork.
How did she get pork if it's so vile in that country?
That's
an outlaw.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Yeah, where'd she get? What did they just have pigs walking around?
Do they have a dare program for pigs? Keep kids off pigs. Pork meat.
Even the people that defended her still aren't huge, but the point they're making is that 10 years and $16,000 fine is worse than corruption. Like if you're found guilty of corruption, you get less time, less of a fine than you would if you eat a BLT. This is just another benefit of atheism. You eat whatever the fuck you want. There's no repercussions.
Let me ask you this though: wouldn't you just not eat pork if you knew that and you lived there? Like I wouldn't fuck with pork if I lived in a country and they're like, if you eat pork, it's a bad thing, especially if you do it in like this religious, whatever you're saying. And it's like I would. Not only would I not do that, but I definitely wouldn't put it on like my streams.
No, if you're gonna eat pork, maybe don't do it. Yeah, that's like filming a crime. Why? That is filming a crime. Why would you do it?
Why don't you come here to America where we encourage you killing yourself?
Yeah,
exactly.
Get a couple of more pieces of bacon. That doesn't. I got to be honest with you. If this is her first foray and this is bacon, I don't know how they're preparing it. They're not doing it correctly. Get on over here. We'll show you.
That's like a crispy prosciutto.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and that's a good point. She's going to prison for not even a great cut of pork. It should have been.
The other question is, did this restaurant go to prison for selling illegal contraband?
I think she just made it in her kitchen.
God! All right. Well, she's got a lot of water. My God, she's got a lot. Look, she's got a couple of Topo Chicos up there. I'm a big Topo Chico guy.
It's very retail.
Coca-Cola owns Topo Chico now.
I think Coca-Cola owns everything. Do it not?
That's true.
At this point, yeah.
Robin, you're allowed to eat pork over there, right?
Oh yeah. There's only like one big island in the Philippines that's predominantly Muslim where they don't eat pork, but the rest of the Philippines absolutely loves pork.
Oh, that's good. I gotta tell you,
fried rice, man. Fried rice. What would fried rice be without
pork fried rice? You can't celebrate September 20th without pork fried rice.
What about pork rinds?
Oh, well, yeah, pork rinds. I mean, everything about the pig is just tremendous. Can we stop? It's 2023. Can we stop with the princes and the weird religious shit? Like, are we ever going to move on? Is anything ever going to make sense? Are we ever going to get our shit together?
And can I also add up in Canada, they still believe in the princess thing too. I mean, they still recognize the monarchy in Canada. It blows my mind. I was up there a couple of years ago and they're still on the money, the Canadian money. And I'm like,
oh, that's right.
I'm like, who is this woman on the money? It's like,
who's this old lady?
Queen. It's our queen. It's like, oh, wow. Cool, man. And I've been to Canada a lot of times. I just learned that.
Well, what's fucked up is Canada seems very reasonable. Every time I go, I have a good time. I've been to England and it seems nice, but then I'm like, you fucking people believe in kings? You believe in kings?
Actually, the worst example still exists in Southeast Asia where they do have like a prime minister in Thailand, but the king still is the one that oversees everything.
Oh,
so real monarchy still exists.
It's like Henry VIII, like he has he has guys underneath him like a chamber, but it doesn't matter. He just kind of does whatever he wants.
Well, you know what's fucked up? So you know how in the countries where they do arranged marriages, I think in the countries that allow divorce, the divorce rate is similar to the countries where you have love marriages is what they call them, right? So you're fucked either way. So I'm making fun of kings, but we elected Joe Biden. We elected Donald Trump. Like if you're giving us the option, we're not doing any better. So you might
we're not doing better. No. And you know what? Yeah. I'm happy my marriage wasn't arranged because my wife's great. But if I did have an arranged marriage, you never know. It could be good. You could get some like really hot chick, and you just know, for the rest, you don't have to worry about it. You can just be like, yeah, be married.
You ever had like kids these days, I don't know how young your kids, but they buy blind bags. So it's like a toy, but it's in a bag. You don't know what it is. Or like a Kinder Egg. There's a toy in the middle, but you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You live in one of these countries where you have to wear the veil and it's an arranged marriage. Like that's a big reveal.
Okay? That's a big reveal.
That is. What are you getting? It's a blind bag marriage. Robin, you going to have one of those?
I might.
I'd be using the selfie stick, putting it up under there, trying to get a snapshot. I like to see what's going on, man.
What's happening to you?
I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it.
You're a problem solver with the selfie stick. I like that. All right. Speaking of what the fuck is going on in the world, this next.
Okay, so this one's a little heavy. I know I chose the story, but I did so because we covered the exact same issue a few weeks ago, and I want to talk about it because Eric's point about it shines clearly through the story. So remember when Republicans keep freaking out because they're worried about trans people doing weird stuff in the bathroom?
Always with the trans in the bathrooms.
Exactly. This goes to show that you don't need the trans people. They're just creepy straight men. So there's this Taekwondo teacher who's now been sentenced to 50 years in prison because he was caught videotaping children in his Taekwondo gym.
That's right, baby. A straight male strikes again. So what he would do is leave his bag in locker rooms and bathrooms with his cell phone running. When they finally caught him, he had 200,000 images of children in bathrooms and locker rooms and 1,000 videos. Now, he'd been working at the Taekwondo place for 10 years, but he didn't stop there. He would just in the general public leave backpacks in bathrooms and changing rooms and just record anybody, predominantly young males. Now, it was about 10% girls to 90%. No, was it 10%? Whatever. He's a child predator and he's not no transgender. Weird, isn't it? Aren't we so worried about the transgender in the bathroom? Isn't that the big issue here? No. It's straight males. They're the big issue. I'll tell you this, though. He's going to have a good time in prison. 50 years, sex crimes. Lord of sweet Jesus.
That's crazy. This guy looks like a nut job.
He does look, but he looks like he would teach Taekwondo. So I wouldn't necessarily go, hey,
what I mean? Kind of looks like Prince, really. I mean, if you think about it.
Now, hold on a second. Here's the thing. He knows Taekwondo. He might do all right in prison. Because when Billy Ray comes and says, that's my card, he's going to be like, not today.
What a nightmare for the prison hierarchy. A pedophile that knows Taekwondo. What do you do?
Sweep the leg.
One thing I am happy about is the prison. Like the inmates are very, they have a very bad rep towards pedophiles, which is good.
Yeah, but now
I
he's
appreciate
going to
that.
shit out of him.
But he knows Taekwondo, Robin.
That's the problem. He's going to choke them
all
out.
If they start like a pedophile gang in prison and they all learn Taekwondo, I mean, you never know, man. That could be bad. Because then you'd have like
they're going to come up on him like Taekwondo.
Oh God. Shit. I don't want to make light of this situation, but you're right. If he goes in and teaches the other pedophiles Taekwondo, we're gonna have a real issue on our hands.
I mean, that's what he should be doing, man, because I hear they're like gangs in prison. And
you know where
he
should
gotta
be?
join one. You should start one.
He should be on the front lines in Ukraine. Karate chopping the bullets out of the air and
that's right.
Sweeping the leg on the Russians.
No, that's a really good point. We should send the Taekwondos that know pedophile to go fight the war in the Ukraine. That would make, I mean, listen, it's outside the box thinking, and it might just get shit done.
We send them weapons and we send them pedophiles, and they still want more. They still want more.
Here's what I think we take pedophiles and those guys, and we put them in a bus and we say, listen, you guys are special forces. You don't get any weapons. Good luck.
They're doing a lot of damage without weapons now. But think about the news stories that we covered today. Can we stop pretending that kings and queens are real? Can we stop sending people to prison for eating a BLT? Can we stop raping children? Is this too much to ask in the year 2023? It doesn't seem like it is. This seems like an extraordinarily low bar, that the things I'm requesting here. Do they not?
Yeah, they do.
People are nuts. This guy's nuts. He's a rare individual. He's nuts.
Well,
but
yes,
king and queen, a whole country believes in that shit. I mean,
that's true.
That's banana sandwich.
To some degree, this is an isolated incident, statistically speaking. Whereas you have everyone in England pretending that there's a Prince of Wales and that he matters. Right. Okay. One more heartwarming story. Actually, this one isn't bad because it has to do with American royalty. Finally.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah.
The most
The
important.
first Logan Paul of America.
The Trumps.
So the story is also to like shit on my generation a little bit more. So we're the generation that's addicted to TikTok, vaping, and OnlyFans. The Charlie Sheen, I didn't know until this point, has a daughter, and she's rose to fame not through being Charlie Sheen's daughter, but because she sells her body on OnlyFans. Yeah. So she has a long-term addiction with nicotine and vaping, and apparently her solution is she has this brilliant idea: get breast surgery because she can no longer take nicotine when she's undergoing the change. So disappointed.
So here's the thing. This young lady here, America's princess, the Charlie Sheen's daughter. She's on OnlyFans, an attractive young woman, but she would like larger breasts. In order to get larger breasts, she needs to be nicotine free. So the idea here is that she's going to quit vaping for her job, which listen, I mean, that's capitalism, is it not? That someone's going out of their way to quit their addiction.
I think it's a good business decision. I mean, I would say I think it's a good business decision. And I'd also say I believe that once she's undergone the procedure, there's a very high likelihood that she's going to go back to using nicotine.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, the doctor's not going to mandate that she quits vaping forever. Just quit for a month so you can get the surgery. Shut up. I will say this about her. I don't, I'm not an OnlyFans subscriber. I don't know if you know this to the general public. You don't have to pay for porn on the internet. It's widely available for free. That's a hack.
Never got it. Never got it.
But she is generally attractive. But I watched the TikTok where she's talking about her addiction to nicotine. She seems vaguely vile. Like I wouldn't recommend. Just look at her. Don't listen to her talk because it's not.
I don't want to hear right now. I feel great about her. So I don't want to hear. I don't want to
leave the memories alone. Do not, whatever you do not watch.
And actually, I want to see her again after this procedure. And again, she's trying to build a company. So.
Yeah. Listen, here's my thing. I don't care about sex workers. We all sell our bodies in one way or another. I'm selling my stupid brain right now, and it's awful. I would much rather do this. But she makes a clear delineation. She says she's a sex worker and not a porn star because she doesn't have sex on film. So just so you know, so there was a line in the sand. There's a dividing line on OnlyFans, sex workers, porn stars.
So now it's just sex workers and porn stars. We've done away with influencers.
Those are now you're
yeah. I feel like sex workers. It sounds bad, doesn't it? Sex worker. I don't know.
It seems like it's how you.
There's no more thought leaders.
It sounds like you're human trafficked, or something like that. If you're a sex worker, I don't know. It doesn't sound good to me. I wouldn't want to be one.
It's not ideal.
I definitely don't want to be one.
Porn star sounds a lot greater, actually.
Sounds like any kind of star. How about a sex star? Just be a sex star.
That's not bad. I do like you can be an influencer anymore. You have to be a sex. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Here's another thing about her mother. I don't know if you remember Denise Richards, but she was pretty attractive in her heyday. This is her and that other chick from Starship Troopers. It's one of the best shitty movies out there. So
it's awesome. Oh, wow. Yeah.
She was also in the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Was she?
Denise Richards, yeah.
Well, you're never going to believe this. Maybe you will. After her daughter started in OnlyFans, a couple months later, 52-year-old Denise Richards started in OnlyFans. So for $9.99 a month, you can pretend it's 1994 and go see Denise Richards.
Do we have a picture?
I think Charlie should do one. And his is just a live stream of his adventures.
I think I'd tune in. Whatever the cost is, I would buy Charlie Sheen's OnlyFans. So that's all I got. Robin, your generation is cooked. I gotta tell you.
It is.
Look at our generation though. Wasn't that something?
Yeah.
That was great.
Is it time for memes?
It's time for memes, ladies and gentlemen.
I got some good ones, Paul.
Oh, yep. I'm looking
I've been scouring the internet.
It's memes time.
All
right,
Instagrams.
Yep. Let me pull these up. Okay,
I've been a little light on the LinkedIn lunatic, so I gotta.
Yeah, we gotta get back to that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's
a lot of
Wednesday
material.
shows are for goofy shit. So here we go. Meme number 1. Or really, this isn't. I mean, it's they're all videos. Okay, can you see this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, watch this, Paul. You're gonna love it.
Thanks, Bernard. Now, finally, for now, a mysterious hole on a beach has caused a stir in North Dublin. A local astronomy enthusiast is hoping the crater in Portmarnock could be the aftermath of a cosmic event.
It's a huge, mysterious crater that looks out of this world. But is it? The unusual hole on Portmarnock Beach stopped local astrophysics enthusiast Dave Kennedy in his tracks yesterday, and he's certain the small but heavy rock inside it came from up above.
As you can tell by here, there's a scorch mark on this side here, so that would have been at the angle that it came down at. And it is weighty. I'm not sure if it's composition, but we're definitely going to have to find out.
The striking hole soon caught the attention of passers-by, many hoping that what they're witnessing is the aftermath of a once-in-a-lifetime cosmic event.
This asshole does not realize that a rock coming through the atmosphere would be thousands of degrees. There would be glass where that impacted the sand. Right?
Yeah.
There'd be glass.
Well,
This guy's
yeah.
just
That's a
This
good
is what
point.
drives me crazy. They go, just remember, folks, these are the same people that are forcing you to believe that global climate change is real. No, he's a local astronomist. He's some guy they talk to on the street. It's a real fucking
Right.
scientist.
But here's
Oh,
what's even
God.
more scary is the comment beneath it.
Yeah.
Did you see the comment beneath it? And between the two of them, they have over 60,000 likes. Did you
Right.
see that?
Oh my God. Will you stop?
Jesus Christ. And
It's
that's
like
the most perfect looking crater ever. Like if you're making a crater, like you know, you make pancakes, you can never have a perfect circular pancake and flip it. You can, I can't. I'm not good at that.
No, they
You know what
crushed
that guy should have done is he should have put in there. This is what I would have done. I would have put in some alien writing, and I would have put a key beside it, like you used to get in the cereal box. And when he
Yeah.
read it out, it would have said, "Climb in the hole and bury yourself. You've been contaminated."
There you go. There's so many options.
My
It's hard to defend the mainstream media when they do shit like this, though. You know what I mean? Like, I
No,
don't
but
want
it's just so. It's just the common sense of it too. It just blows my mind.
maybe
there
30
was just
seconds of research would have shut this whole
Oh.
thing down. I don't know. Call me crazy. Okay.
It's just yeah.
This one's a delight. There's a glitch in the matrix. I don't know if you know this. But, man.
I thought this was Robin during school.
Is Blood a woman from the 80s or a transgender person from today? Or what is Blood? Do we know?
I think it's like a term of endearment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was just talking about that
Like, what is
woman
bro
from the
doing?
80s with the green
Yeah,
on.
No,
Here's
no.
the thing I didn't get though, right? Is that did they not tell him there's no Mentos commercial? Like he was like Mentos, the fresh maker, right? Yikes!
It looks
It
like
seems
it's a
like
film
we-
set.
Yeah, it looks
It's
like
gotta
there's a
be,
glitch
right?
in the matrix. He was dropped in somehow, and yeah, I don't.
It's shot from the Truman Show.
Yeah, it's got to be right. I mean, one more time for good measure. What?
Yeah.
What's happening? I don't know why I find this so amusing.
Like, doesn't it look like a chick from it's like an ugly chick from the 80s? Like she's wearing her boyfriend's jacket. She's in
Right.
high school. I mean, just look at her. The pants are up like a chick wears her pants up
Yeah,
above
yeah.
the belly. I don't know.
There's a lot going on here.
What is Chachi doing?
I don't know.
This one's great.
Oh.
This one's well, I don't know what he's so upset about. Shit.
Is this hibachi? What is
Yeah.
going on?
There you go.
Breakfast in bed, Paul.
Yes.
Honey, what are you doing?
You said you wanted breakfast in bed. I'm eating breakfast.
This is not what I meant by breakfast in bed.
It smells good.
It smells good, but what are you doing right now?
Honey.
Oh no.
Oh God, is she gonna get a spatula out and do the thing where she flips the
This
egg?
is not what people mean by breakfast in bed.
Honey, are you gonna eat it or not?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
And we dropped a piece.
Yeah.
Okay,
Jesus.
I got it.
You may continue.
Oh,
Uh,
I gotta get
I would say no.
no.
I'm put off by it. I'm put off by it. I love hibachi, first of all, and that's what the setup looked like to me. Like she was a hibachi chef. She was like banging the thing. She was just making a show out of it instead of just making the food and bringing it out like normal restaurants. So that's what
She should have flicked the shrimp in his mouth.
Should have flicked. Right? Yeah, made him catch a shrimp or two.
Sake.
And secondly, man, I don't want to be woken up like that. And third, I don't even really want to eat in my bed. I don't know why. I just feel
I don't
like
like
if I eat
eating
in
in
my bed,
bed.
there's gonna be stuff that falls in my bed. I don't want that. It's kind of gross.
Animals
Yeah,
and stuff,
I'm out.
yeah.
I'm out on the whole thing.
It reminds me of Michael Scott making bacon on the
when
George
he's-
Foreman grill when he burned his foot.
on his
Remember?
foot, yeah.
And what did she make, by the way? That looks so disgusting. I mean, what was it?
You should. Oh, dude, that was fucking onions, bacon, rice, eggs. I'm in.
Rice.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was like-
all right. So it is
it was like
rice day,
some-
and I like
That was
rice. I
a
didn't see
pork
the
fried rice.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
breakfast pork fried
So-
rice. I'll
So
say
it
this
was
about
a
days.
hibachi in bed. I mean, that's what it was. It was
Breakfast
definitely
rice.
hibachi in bed.
For breakfast. I'm with you
I
on all,
think-
like I don't like eating in bed, but if some chick did this, I gotta get myself a TikTok chick because they're doing all kinds of wacky shit. Some of it ends up with fried rice in bed. Robin, have you ever had fried rice in bed? This seems closer to your.
I have
TikTok.
not. No, it's not. It's
No, but
totally
he's
not a
thinking
thing.
about it. Look at him.
I'm-
He's thinking, how can I get me some fried rice in bed?
You gotta show your
And
girlfriend this
I-
video.
I do take
Yeah,
it back
gotta
now,
come to
knowing
TikTok
that it's
check.
fried rice. Yeah, I'm not
we're-
kidding. I really do take it back. The fried rice
Yeah.
in bed.
Yeah, walk that back. American breakfast is bizarre because we eat dessert for breakfast. Everything's sweet as fuck. Like I think I'd rather have a little fried rice, bacon, onions. Oh my god, delightful. Imagine how good that bedroom smells. Jesus Christ! All right, next one. All right, everybody hold with bated breath while the production value here is. Oh, this is great. All right, good. You ready?
You probably thought this deer was alive, and this coyote was alive, and this pheasant was alive. Nope, they're not. They're dead. They've been taxidermized by Chuck Testa, Ojai Valley Taxidermy. I specialize in the most lifelike dead animals anywhere. Period.
Look at that antelope driving a car.
No, it's just Chuck Testa. Nope, Chuck Testa.
Hold on a second. There's a leopard feeding on an impala out on my deck.
Nope, just Chuck Testa with another realistic mount. Shipped to me from anywhere. Call Chuck Testa for the most lifelike dead animals around, period.
Did that rhino just order a drink?
No, Chuck Testa did not tax me.
So I actually think this is great. I think this is there's a great sense of humor this guy has, and for what he does for a living, which is stuff dead animals, which is kind of a weird thing to do. But I have great sense of humor in that commercial. I think just kind of at first you're like, is this guy a puppeteer? What's going on? No.
I'm in marketing. You could give me another 300 years of marketing. I'll never come up with something that great. That's how you sell taxidermy, baby. Holy
That's
shit.
right. I actually kind of want to
For me,
go.
it was
I kind
his
of want to become
personality.
a hunter now. I mean, man.
Yeah. For me, it was his personality, but I did have a few questions. Where in the hell did he get all them animals at? Ain't he in Oklahoma or somewhere? I ain't seen
Ohio
no
Valley.
jaguars.
There's a lot of rhinoceroses out there. I don't support
Right.
the rhinoceroses for sport, but he is doing them justice.
You know what I
actually
will
gonna
say
be-
about Chuck is that he was very, very upfront. He said, I do not do pets at the end. It was very quick.
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
Why draw that line if you're a taxidermist? Why wouldn't you do pets? It would seem to me that that's a business problem. Aren't there a lot more dead pets than there are dead rhinos?
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely
Yeah,
true.
that is a good
And
point.
also-
Like, no one's like, I'm riding around with a dead whale carcass in the back. Where's
Well,
Chuck?
right.
Get in here, Chuck.
And where are all the woke alarmists that this guy's a poacher. He is clearly a poacher. We got rhinos, we got leopard. I saw a leopard, I think.
We're
man,
not addressing the underlying issue, which is why does he have all these big dead game animals in Ohio? It seems questionable at best. I know we say this
and
a lot.
many not from this continent.
No, you can't. There's no rhinos in Pennsylvania except in the zoo. Can we get Chuck Testa on the show, Robin? I don't want to put all the pressure on you, but could you? You're great at lists.
We have his phone number and his
I will
address.
We do have his
He
phone
did.
number.
I think
So-
Rodney, you're right. His personality did seem like he seemed very engaging. So,
Yeah,
I think you
He's like,
probably have
nope.
a lot to say.
I think he has a lot to say about Prince. I think he has a lot to say about Prince's, Charlie Sheen, bathroom
Chuck
rapist, Chuck Testa.
Chuck Testa. He likes to talk
Chuck
about
Testa,
Chuck
indeed.
Testa. He knows a lot about.
He's intimately familiar with Chuck Testa. All right, well, what else?
Have you guys ever seen a taxidermied pet?
Yes.
That's a thing in America.
I
Yeah.
actually had, believe it or not, one time.
Wait a
Wow.
second.
Yeah,
You
that's, like, aren't they
taxidermied
like
them?
members of your family, and you'd have them taxidermied? That's
Uh,
kind of
I went to someone's house before and they had a cat that was like
A dead cat.
it was stuffed and it was like it was laying,
Mhm.
sleeping in a circular position. And
Okay.
I still remember that.
I'm gonna back off my thing because I said, isn't that a weird line to draw? But it's a weird line to draw to say, yeah, you could taxidermy a cat. Could you taxidermy your grandmother? Like, where do you
Exactly.
anything that's used to
Well,
be
that's
alive?
called Madame Tussauds, I think.
So you can have a wax version of a dead person, but you can't have a stuffed version of a dead person. That's
like grandma's still in her chair.
Have you ever go to Madame Tussauds? Everyone's like, "Oh my god, they look so real." You're like, "No, they don't.
They look awful."
Or people will take pictures with them. They'll be like, "Look who I met last night," and I'm like, "He looks stiff. He looks real stiff."
You're like, you mean they look real for being made out of wax? Kind of. But
I have a taxidermied. I get a Madame Tussauds thing. So we went to the Wax Museum in DC, and there's an Abraham Lincoln at Lincoln Theater. So my wife and my sister did like a gun next to his head. Somebody turned us in on Facebook, and they shut down their Facebook accounts for a few days. So so you know, yeah, you can't do this to fucking wax Abraham Lincoln without getting in trouble.
Great picture though.
Oh, it's hilarious. I'll pull it up sometime.
I said something one time. I only ever had one thing on Facebook that happened. I said something about someone kicked my ass, and I was talking about like fantasy football or something like that. It was like, yeah, you kicked my ass or whatever. They sent me a warning.
Yeah, you got
about like violent speech or whatever. Yeah, and I was like, all right, man. I guess you can't. You know,
I got in trouble on LinkedIn. I said something like "abso-fucking-lutely," and they were like, "That's violent speech." And I was like, I'm agreeing with them aggressively. We're friends. I don't know.
That's the thing about speech. It's like where the line keeps changing. Keeps changing.
Just can't please people.
It's true.
Okay, so this guy, just so you know, for context, he goes to escape rooms and traps the employees of escape rooms in the escape room. There's no sound on this one. And then he gives them instructions.
He gives them instructions on how to get out that are all in there. This guy's a savant.
All right, that's a quick one, but that's a real that's a fun.
That's
prank.
funny.
Yeah,
that's funny. Family.
It's definitely a liability, but if otherwise, it's great. Great business idea. I think you have to be there to supervise people, like when they're in your dwelling trying to escape. But I think it's great.
Did you remember a few years ago that there was an escape room? I think it was in the Netherlands. Didn't it burn down and killed people in the room? I mean, that's sort of hilariously ironic.
Did you hear about Russell Brand apparently had an escape room it was him you had to escape from.
Russell Brand is really gone very rapey. Very rapey.
Yeah. I had forgotten about him. I thought that he went away with the MTV videos, but now apparently he's a shaman helping people on their journeys.
Nothing like a few good rapes to get you back in the news. And
everyone wants to be a shaman.
And Danny Masterson's wife has filed for divorce.
Oh yeah, we didn't cover this, but she swore up and down she was not going to leave him despite the fact that he's a predator. And look at this, first day in prison, divorce papers. He has had a fall from grace, Danny Masterson. Okay, here we go. We got another one. We got more. I don't either. If I was famous, the last thing I do to something is to ruin my fame. Okay, this is very difficult. You guys have to play along here. Are you familiar with the is it cake or is it real phenomenon?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so try to see if you can get these. This is very, very difficult.
This is tough.
I say cake.
See, that's a cake.
Real. That's real.
Now, is this cake or is that real?
It's cake.
All right, it's Starbucks.
Watch, this gets harder.
No, okay.
Oh, that's real. That's real.
What is it? I think that's.
That's. Oh, I got fooled again.
All right, this. I was gonna go cake.
That's no. God, again, I got that.
Bag.
So silly.
No. Oh no, this is probably. Nah, it just never ends.
Stupid.
All right, rice. Here we go.
That looks real.
That's real. Oh my God. Again. This will be good.
This is ridiculous.
No.
This is too ridiculous. The stuff that's real just looks like cake, and so it's.
I know.
It's just. It looks like cake. Like they're like, there's this piece of cake that's clearly cake. It looks like it's shitty cake. The icing smeared all over. Is this cake? It's always cake. If they ask if one of those things is cake,
it's definitely gonna be cake. Did you see
the Starbucks cup one pissed me off because they just put cake in a cup and then they covered it up as like disguise. You know, I didn't like that one at all.
They tried to fool you. Those bastards are trying to fool us again.
You're like, no, the cup's real. I didn't know you were asking me if the insides were real. You're like, is this cup real? I'm like, yeah, that cup's real. But no, they were like, is what is inside of this cup real?
Yeah. My favorite one of these was the. Did you see the Mexican alien? They did it. Is it an alien or is it cake? Turns out it was cake.
Oh yeah.
It's always.
That was pretty.
Did you see the alien like laying there like when the Mexican alien thing and you zoom in and it's Joe Biden's face like this?
Hey, actually, that story you showed earlier, that meteorite that guy found, it turned out that was cake. Yeah, he was like, that was a whole thing. It was a joke.
That whole beach was cake.
Whole thing was a joke.
Why have we gotten to the point in society where fake cake is such a thing we're all obsessed with? It's
Fake
so
cake.
strange.
I got to be honest. There's no reason. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind why we're all overweight.
Because
So much
everything is
cake. Everything's a cake. I went out to the party the
Even
other day and saw
goddamn
it.
meteorites.
It's a cake.
Even meteorites are cake. I mean, for
Do
God's
you
sake.
think Robin is real or do you think Robin is cake? Cake.
Yeah, cake.
I don't know. It's tough to tell. It's tough to tell. Okay, let's see. I think we got one more of these bad boys. Oh no, we already did this one. Hold on. Oh, this is good. Have you seen this?
This is very good, Paul.
Hi, who are you? This is our house. Yes, this is. No, get the fuck out.
Call the police, please.
I'm to call it now.
Okay,
He knows you're full of shit. Just get out. Just get out. You took that out of the front yard?
Because I'm interested in purchasing this home, but there's obviously been some sort of mix-up. It's not home. Who did you purchase the home from, sir?
Nice.
Who did you purchase the home from?
What a mix-up! What a mess! I mean, all she wanted to do was purchase the home. She's testing it out. She's test driving the home, like you would do at a delership.
Here's what I don't understand, though. Right? Can I just say this? I don't understand. Why the hell would you answer the door?
Right. If you're illegally squatting in the home, then maybe just don't answer the door. It's going to solve a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I felt bad because I'm like, man, I think I'd be a little bit nicer when I walked in because I'd realize, I'd be like, all right, these people have nowhere to live and they're taking advantage of a situation. Then I'm like, all right, now I'm kind of put off.
I like how she fought back.
I mean,
like, well, who did you buy?
No,
that's a good point.
It's like when you're guilty, you have to just admit you're guilty. Like when is that obvious?
She's like, we're interested in purchasing. So
we're interested
trying it
now.
Before?
Yeah. After 4 nights of sleeping here, we've determined we are interested in.
She should have been like, you know what? This house isn't for us. We're out of here.
We're out of here. Well, what if you're somebody who believes in ghosts? What if you believe in ghosts and hauntings? Wouldn't you want to sleep in the house a few nights before purchasing it?
Rodney, you're about to buy a car today. You're going to take a test drive. You're going to want to see how it goes. Doesn't it make sense? Houses are exponentially more expensive than cars to take it for a test drive. Shouldn't you get to move in for a week?
You should.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. They're ghosts, they're insects, infestations, things you don't know about. You gotta test.
You know what she should have said to that gentleman? Can you see me? Wait, do you see me?
I've been dead for 28 years, and all of a sudden you can see me. Holy shit!
That's if you're gonna squat. That's if you're gonna squat in a house, dress up like a ghost. Dress up like a dead person, because then people are going to be freaked out instead of like busting you and coming in. They're just going to be like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Like, this isn't a crime. This is a haunting. I mean, Jesus Christ! How?
Yeah, get your mind right. You know what else he could have done is they could have done. They could have said, "Sir, we're setting up for Catch a Predator. Come on in." I told you guys about the time they did that show, right? And the neighbor came in and was like, "What the hell's going on here?" And then and a pedophile was about to come in, and Chris Matthews was like, "Come on in and take a seat." And he goes, "You take a seat. What the hell are you doing here? It's my friend's house." Yeah. They were like, "No, get out of here." And the guy and he literally almost blew the entire operation.
Oh. That's ridiculous. I remember how that guy would always have like a smart ass kind of like way of saying things. He'd be like, "Come on in, take a seat."
Yeah.
Going on a picnic?
Yeah. So
you'd have like lunch in his hand. Yeah.
Now he's selling car warranties.
They'd always go, "Who are you?" And goes, "Don't worry about that right now. I have some questions." That show was the best show on TV. Do you know why they canceled it?
Because he was doing stuff.
No, that would have been great. But what happened was they got a state senator, and then once he was caught, he killed himself. And then they were like, "Oh, we can't do that show." This is the point. If this show was having pedophiles kill themselves, I'd say it's doing God's work. Like that's a great outcome. If it was still on today, I would
Why
go
not?
so
It
far
is.
as to say that maybe this guy wouldn't be around. You know,
It appeases everyone because even if you're against capital punishment, it works. You know,
right?
because
They're
it
doing it
kills yourself.
themselves, right?
I
Capital
mean,
punishment.
it really. I agree.
That
But
show
Or they would go in the
show,
back and there'd be like 50 guys back there, all like,
Oh,
half undressed and like in
it was
ties.
great, man.
And they'd be like,
Because they would always be like, so you're gonna let me go this time? You're gonna let me go this time? You know, like as if he's the police.
Oh, yeah, you're
He's the
free to
police.
leave.
He's not just like a TV show producer or host.
remember they
Yes,
would run
you're
outside.
free to go.
Remember they would run out.
The cops jump on him as soon as he gets outside.
Oh, Chris Hansen was like, "Yeah, you're free to go," and immediately.
You're free to go.
Oh, Robin, have you ever seen To Catch a Predator?
I've seen snippets of it. Yes.
All right, so you know the premise, like they would lure child predators into a house where they thought like some.
Yeah, but I don't understand why they like sit down and play along. Shouldn't you just like
It's
get out the back door?
Right now, it seems kind of
Fun.
like unethical. It was years ago. It does kind of seem weird that they would do it that way and not just arrest a person who's a predator.
No, well, you gotta make it
You know what I mean?
entertaining. How are you
Yeah.
gonna get ratings if you just arrest them?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You have Chris Hansen do a passive aggressive
Wait,
interview.
what
Yeah, I guess
questions
it
do
would
they
just be
even
called
ask?
cops if they did that. It would just be
Now,
called cops.
now you said they quit because they
but they would
got
have
a
shirts
senator?
on.
It was like a state
Yeah.
senator, not a real senator, like a low-level politician.
Because here's my concern now: if they did it again, I'm concerned Matt Gaetz may end up in the hot seat.
Yeah,
That would be the
I think
highest
he-
rated episode of.
He
To
would
Catch
have
a
been in the
Predator.
hot seat many times.
Did
many
you hear
times.
about his buddy Lauren, whatever her name is, Breitbart?
Yeah,
is,
Lauren
it,
Boebert.
is it Breitbart or Boebert?
Not sure.
She went to a Beetlejuice show with a liberal guy who
Yeah.
owns a bar and
Mhm.
has drag shows, which seems bizarre. And they were funneling each other, and she was smoking a vapor.
I heard that. I heard he did the old cut the hole in the popcorn box trick. Did you hear about
Yeah.
that one? You familiar with that?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the move.
It's the
And
only
he
way
was
to do it,
fondling
man.
her. Here's what I don't understand, though, I guess, is just asking. Why would you take a lady to dinner and into the Beetlejuice show?
That's a good question. Here's another thing. Paul Rubens, Pee Wee Herman, may he rest in peace, got canceled 30 years ago for masturbating in a porn theater. That was a big deal. They did this in a normal theater, and nobody
Yeah.
seems upset about this. I
That's
mean,
that. And I've never been to a porn theater, but I always thought that was the point of going to a porn theater.
Yeah,
I don't know. Aren't they like individual things or something?
It's true.
yeah,
Very true.
if you look
Yeah.
at his crime now, you go, why didn't you just look at your phone? There was no
Like,
phone.
are you
want a
supposed to
porn,
go to the
go a
porn theater and then just walk out with a heart on? Is that the?
Yeah. What's the what? I would have said,
very
officer, what's the protocol here?
right.
Yeah.
If I paid
Sir, do I
$9 to get
sir,
in
do
there,
I just leave here fully aroused? Do you want me to just walk out of your
That's-
store?
Officer, I need your help.
I've had an erection for over 6 hours. I just need to seek medical attention.
6
Are
hours.
you here to provide?
Double feature. Yeah, that's my issue with strip clubs. Like, what do? You just leave. You're like, all right, well, I guess I'm
Gotta go.
done.
Gotta
Gotta
walk
get out
out
of
of
here.
here.
Don't they now
I've been
have
here for
those
6.
theaters?
I've been here for 6 hours. I have to seek medical attention.
I used to work with this
Yes.
guy years ago. You'll appreciate this story years ago. And it was like some menial job. And he's like, have you ever been to, I forget the strip club. I was like, no, I haven't been. He's like, you got to go there for lunch. And I was like, lunch? He's like, it's a free buffet. And I was like, yeah, but I think you got to pay the girls or whatever. And he's like, nah.
So I
And,
had a
and
guy.
he used to go there all the time and eat for free and not, I guess, tip the girls.
So they'd be like, do
They-
you want a lap dance? He goes, no, I'm just here for the grilled cheese. I just enjoy. Oh, it's so good. Have you had mozzarella sticks?
I used to do ad sales for a newspaper, outside ad sales. I had a bunch of different clients. One was a strip club, one was a strip joint. And one of the guys I worked with was like, hey, man, you want me to go on a call with you? It's a place called Golden Club. I'm like, sure. And he's like, you want to grab some lunch while we're here? I'm like, not really. Especially after talking to the owner. The owners of strip joints, they're not the cleanest cut people. They kind of skeeve you out a little bit. They kind of make you want to leave.
They're not on LinkedIn. This much I know. I've never.
They're not.
seen
No,
them.
they're not on LinkedIn. They're sex workers. They're not on LinkedIn.
Right. The owner,
They're influencers.
the owner of the Golden Banana. Not right on a LinkedIn profile. I've never seen it. All right. Well, we have a minute left. Does anybody want to plug anything? I got nothing. Nothing.
No, I don't know. I'm happy about the fried rice day thing because we ended up seeing a lot of rice today, and
No,
I don't
we
know. It actually changed my opinion on breakfast in bed too, because
And two rices don't make a right.
They don't make a right, and also rice gets everywhere. You ever notice rice gets everywhere, no matter what? Even if you have a big bowl that's this high, you start like 3 pieces still fly out. They end everywhere.
That's true.
I don't care. I'll take that in my bed.
You know what a parenting hack is, though, too? So my kids love rice, but they make a mess at dinner with the rice. So you can't clean up that night because you can't sweep wet rice. You need to wait a day for it to solidify.
Dry out.
You know, it seems
this
gross.
What's this
Or
whole
get a
tradition
dog.
with white people throwing rice at weddings?
No, we can't do it anymore. It's bad for the birds. The birds are lactose
Yeah.
intolerant and grain intolerant.
I've never understood that tradition.
I don't either.
I
But you know
think
what?
that ended in like the 70s. That was it's very weird though.
Now people blow bubbles. No,
Blow
I'm serious.
bubbles,
They do.
right.
Yeah.
Full
Understandable.
of bubbles.
I had to go to a wedding one time. I had to blow bubbles. I said, "This is a new one."
All right.
Now
White-
people do gender reveal parties. I'm like, wait until they're 14 at least.
That was good.
I'm glad you said that
That's
off
good.
air.
Yeah. White people have to be stopped. All right. We'll be back tomorrow, America. Goodbye.